friends, and welcome back to Carpo's channel. 15-minute free thinking / Carpo's corner / Carpo's rambles. And I'm going to give you a secret in the industry today. How I earned $4 million. No, I didn't earn $4 million. I'm broke. I earned 4 million views on my channel, and that's kind of the joke here. How did I earn 4 million views on my channel? Well, I consistently uploaded regularly over a period of 10 years. But let's ask the question of how much money have I earned from revenue from those videos? Nothing. $0. Even after signing up for an AdSense a few, like a year and a half ago, they forced me to do it. They basically told all YouTubers that if you don't use an ad, we're just going to put ads on your video. So I put them on a few of the most watched ones, and I may have earned $5 or something over the last year. It is pretty ridiculous for people who really want to earn income off of their videos unless they get millions of views. So what is the way to get millions of views on your videos? Talk about controversial topics. Pretty simple. If I had spent the last 10 years talking about things that people found controversial, then I would probably have millions of viewers. And if I had dealt with it appropriately, which means zipping my lip, not saying certain words, self-censoring, and editing my content, then I would probably have a lot more viewers as well. And there have been times where I've said, wow, it must be nice to make an actual living and income off of a channel on YouTube. But I have gratitude that I've kept my authenticity, and I also have gratitude that I consider myself a man of integrity. The things that I talk about are things that are meaningful to me and important to me, and not necessarily things that I think people will want to hear. I've had people in my audience who I know will not want to hear certain topics, but I say it anyway because I have to. It's not about them or their feelings. It's about me and my expression. That sounds harsh, but my personal expression is more important than someone else's feelings if they're hurt by something I say that is true. This would be like being honest about my feelings on something somebody else may be invested in or something else somebody else is interested in that I think is garbage. A perfect example would be like cryptocurrency or NFTs, which I'm getting ready to do a whole video about, and I've met plenty of people who love NFTs. I think it's just utter garbage, but that's not the point of this video. This one is to say that I'm grateful that times have changed to where people are starting to look at different avenues of information and realizing that it's not always about the truth, or proving something else wrong, or being on the right side, even though we've been told that our whole lives, that you're either in the right or the wrong. But integrity really matters, and on the internet, we have so many fake bullshit people on the internet that just really have let their integrity go for the sake of money. Think about the doctors. YouTube doctors. Some of them who spout some of the most ridiculous cures and bullshit that we know is nonsense, but people want to hear it. We've got doctors, we've got body language experts who want to tell you everything about the royal family and, oh, this is what this person did and whether or not this person in the courtroom is lying. People are obsessed with them. People are obsessed with financial gurus. These rise and grind bros who tell you, hey man, just get up early and work hard and you too can be a millionaire. But if you fail, it's your own fault. That goes in line with the crypto bros and the NFT bros, the Jake Pauls of the world, the douchebag kids who just do extreme things and destroy things or spend a bunch of money, and kids just flock to this kind of crap. This is all garbage to me, and that's my opinion, of course, but we've got the quantum fake gurus who want to tell you all about their pendants and how they're going to protect you from EMF radiation. We've got the online psychics. We've got the Tony Robbins, the motivational speakers. All of this is a way for people to get your attention by preying on the one thing that we all have, which is hope. Think about it. the doctors, it's hope that we can have good health. For the body language, it's hope that we can understand other people and know whether they're telling us the truth. The financial gurus, the hope of having money. The Jake Pauls of the world, the hope that we can be cool and famous too. And the desire for so many young kids to be famous is just preposterous. Psychics, the hope of speaking to a dead loved one, you know. Or the Tony Robbins, the hope that we can also be a deeply spoken, tall man who can get up and just rise and grind and work 20 hours a day and be a millionaire. On a final note here, because I don't want to make this long, one of the main intentions for making this little short video was to talk about not just rage bait, not just the bullshit on the internet or joke about my 4 million, but to give people a glimmer of hope. There are a lot of people out there who think that the media is the problem. And it reminds me of a George Carlin skit where he was talking about the government, and he said, people like to blame the government for their problems, but you know what? I don't blame the government. He said, I blame the people. And he's right. It's the people who demand these stupid things, and it's the media who preys on that. But I wanted to give people a perspective for folks who think that everyone goes home. I've spoken to people who are like conservative minded, who think that everyone who's a liberal just goes home and watches CNN. And people who are on the left who think that everyone who's, conservative just goes home and watches Fox News. So I wanted to look up the numbers and give you the Nielsen ratings and the statistics to tell you just how uninfluential the media really is over people's thoughts and ideas, and how much more we should be looking at these other people, these financial gurus, the fake doctors. Fox viewership. This was a month or so ago. This has actually dropped for some and risen for Fox, but Fox viewership is 1.2 million. MSNBC was 668,000 on an average day. And for CNN, the one who everybody blames for being the fake news kings of the world and how CNN is spouting all these lies and everybody believes it, their average viewership is about 500,000 people. And this has actually dropped. 500,000 people. Combined, all three of these major news networks only account for 2.45 million views per day. Now, for those unaware, this country has about 350,000 or 350 million people. So the actual statistics, if you're to walk down the street and you see a group of 150 people, how many of those people do you think goes home and watches mainstream news that day? Out of 150 people, if you were not even to, just to make a wild guess, you say 150 people, how many of those people go home and watch at least one of these three main networks that day? It's one. 1 in 150. Think about that. The mainstream media has absolutely no pull over the common population, or at least not as much as people think it does. And I think that should give people a little bit of relief to stop arguing about which media is right, or how much these media groups influenced an election, or an opinion, or a debate, or a court case. Most Americans don't watch that shit. Most Americans don't care. Just like most Americans can see through a lot of the bullshit with the fake doctors, the gurus, the crypto bros, and kind of roll our eyes at all the bullshit out there. But why am I speaking about it? Why does it matter? It matters to me because I'm immersed in it, and I'm forced to talk about it because I have to be part of it, just like you do. You don't have to complain, but you should be able to speak up about the issues you see. And when you see society acting like idiots and arguing about pathetic, pointless things, and believing people as gurus who really are just out to make a dollar, and people aren't aware of this, where do we go from here? And that brings me back to the point, all the way back to the beginning. You follow the money. There are some people out there who just want to have a good conversation, and there's other people who do it because they want to hear their voice, and others do it because they want to hear from other people or because they're lonely. And then there's some people who just do it for the money. And a lot of people originally start out being authentic and having good integrity because that matters. And then the money pulls them in, and they get a little more and a little more and another taste. And the next thing you know, they're uploading videos of their fucking Bugatti or their new Ferrari. And, it's like we haven't moved past that. The idea that stuff equals success and happiness. And I guess maybe we'll never learn, because every new generation faces the same shit and seems to react the same way. At any rate, it's Carpo signing off. Thanks for listening. I want to say thank you to my patrons who have given some of that funding over the last couple of years, which has actually helped me to buy some more guitar. I'm building guitars, but I'm buying camera equipment, always switching modes, and my brain's always on something different. And I have a lot of thoughts in my head to share. So that's my ramble for today, and I'll talk to y'all next time. Thanks for joining me. Be well.